All right, we are with oih65 in a twos game at Diamond 3 Champ 1, doing a little coaching. Let's check the game out. He's partied up with his buddy Pekla. It's so annoying that the replay is bugged and it shows you have boost. I don't understand why it does that, but anyways. All right, we're up the field. A little hesitation, kind of no man's land-ish, but that's okay. Ooh, do you go for... Why aren't we boosting? We should be boosting somewhere. Like we should be going somewhere right here. I mean, obviously you could go up for some like crazy redirect. It's okay that you don't, but like why stop right here? You don't have any boost potentially unless the thing's bugged. I would be flipping back towards net or rotating towards a midfield and then towards goal to try to receive a pass, or going left for a bump, but not just standing, not just like stopping here. Let's watch the game. So we're just kind of chilling, like be flipping, go faster, and go towards some of these boosts. Nice, love the challenge on the wall, good stuff. Nice, good car directional change. Again, I don't know if you're seeing it, but watch how much you just like stop right here. That instinct is good, turning to the right, and then after he's touched the ball, you just kind of stop for a second. Not sure why. We noticed that in the previous game too. Love this, grab their boost. Yep, I like this. And up for the goal. Oh, nice. Way better positioning, I think, in this game so far. That's fine. Nice. Good aggression. I like that. Going for the goal. Nice shot. Man, already this feels like a like a different player almost. Good stuff there. Passing, nice pass. So far, like, no notes. This is great. I mean, a few little things, but like, I love that turn. No hesitation there. We're going for bump. What do we do right here? That's not a good spot to turn. We miss a few little boost pads, but that's okay. But like, you need to either, you know, this is one of the times where you should either turn all the way around and challenge the ball because of how close you are, or stay pointing towards your net. Just like kind of pausing here like this is setting him up to just kind of go around you. Just thinking about that. All right, not bad. Do we go? Oh, nice save. Yeah, I like that. Nice. Nice demo avoidance. Okay, a little confusion about who's going, but that's okay. Taking it slow. We're going for the air dribble or pass. Nice pass. You have a lot of boost there, and you use it when you land. It actually would have been better just to like boost in the air kind of towards the groundish and get more forward momentum, land straight, and then turn, which we saw a little bit in the last replay too. Like, think about keeping more momentum of your car. It's actually sometimes quicker to be facing the wrong direction with a lot more momentum when you land and then turn than it is to land with your wheels sort of pointed sideways where you lose your momentum. Nice bump. Ooh, and a good save. Good stuff. Yeah, I feel like your car is like a lot more actively turning in this game, which I like a lot. Nice. I wonder, is there any time between these games? Because I do feel like you're playing quite a bit better in this one. Good flip, picking up the small boosts. When do we jump? Or do we not? Alright, that works. Very nice. I mean, so far this game is looking 10 times better. It's a scary position, but nice. No hesitation. We went for it. Up the wall or no? Okay. I don't mind that at all. How do we land? Kind of sideways again. I know that might be considered mechanical, but I thought at least, you know, don't land sideways here. Land in the direction of your momentum and then turn. Okay, I don't mind that. Once again, land in the direction of the momentum if we can. Oh, and we're in position for the save. Very nice. Going for the boost. We talked about it a little bit in the last video, but ball cam is just kind of on this whole time, so we don't know where that guy's coming from or where he is. Okay, that's fine. No worries on that one. Okay, do we go for corner boost? We do. Ball cam's still on, but that's okay. Do we get the save? Very nice. Lots of sort of flips at low speed before you're actually boosting. Like here you have 36 boost. Let's see how many boost or how much boost you use before you actually flip. None. So I would just use like, you know, feather, just a quick feather of boost before you flip to make sure you're going, you know, closer to supersonic when you actually do the flip. You'll get where you're going a lot quicker with not that much extra boost use. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that's fine. I'm thinking about where your car is pointing. Like here I would have been up further and pointed a little bit to the right, not left. So that way you would have been a little bit closer for that, but not a bad decision, honestly. Yeah, that's all good. What do you do here? Back of net. Yeah, that works. And then maybe pinch challenge, yeah. Nice little wave dash. Just because I think I saw it again. You have 25 boost here. Right here, as soon as you land, just use a little bit of boost and flip again, and you'll be at supersonic. Instead, you don't use any boost, and the flip isn't that much faster. Okay, let's think. I would be boosting kind of towards net here a little bit more. Yeah, you kind of slow down a little bit, wait, point your car maybe back towards your own net, which is okay, and then here you're kind of just waiting again. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then we see that, we should immediately, yeah, go left. Not bad. I actually think you had such a good idea right here when you... Right here, you're getting ready to turn back towards their net to get a pass. Love that idea. You kind of canceled that and went back towards your own net. I think you could have just stayed pointing sideways, a little bit closer to their goal. All right, we're just playing defensively, decide to challenge. Cool. And we're taking control, maybe doing a quick flip here. Nice. Not a bad attempt. And then, nice, good attempt. We get their boost. Where do we go here? Okay. I don't mind going to the back of the net there. I do think you should still think about positioning yourself a little bit towards the opposite side of the net the ball is in. So instead of being like close corner, be far corner right here, right? It's always easier to move your car forward to make a save than it is to try to get something that's going over your head or behind you. Ah, dang, and they do get the goal, unfortunately. Would it have stopped it if you were, you know, instead of where your car is right now, if you were instead, you know, like here, right? I don't know that you would have made the save, but it would have given you, you know, better vision, and maybe a little bit of a better chance to jump up right here instead of being, you know, in your own net. The ball's coming over your head, so your camera angle's changing, right? So instead of rotating, like I said, sliding to right here, think about rotating in either here or here, and you can pretty quickly move forward. Tie game. Let's see what happens. I mean, I guess I can see what happens, but let's see how it happens. Okay, we win the kickoff. We go for their corner, up the wall, quick pass. You know, in this situation, I think you're about to get 100 boost. Like, just drive straight into the ball. You don't have to get a perfect pass, right? Just like, I would just boost, because we know, like, if you have your audio, you know, if you're playing with headphones or something, you should be able to hear the opponent. So you just heard him flip, and you hear him coming. Like, it's going to be pretty close to see who gets this ball first. Just try to get a challenge. Try to just slam into the ball, sort of straight up towards the ceiling, and, you know, see what happens after. Instead, we're a little slow. Oh. All right, we're in overtime. Both go for it. Not a crazy thing to do, but that's a bad touch. Oh, we shouldn't be going that far out. You probably recognize this mistake. People talk about it all the time, boost chasing. But just in case, like, in this situation, we absolutely should be going for some small pads and then be heading back towards the corner of net. Even if it's, you know, even if you didn't know what was going to happen, like maybe you expected your teammate to get that hit, as soon as you see that he doesn't, even if it's right here, I would have immediately shifted to go left and then try to collect one small pad before going for a save. But unfortunately, they get the goal. But overall, honestly, I think way better than the first game. I'm doing a little bit less in depth because I actually want to go watch Pekla's point of view. Give me a second to rewind it. All right, let's see what Pekla is up to. You said he is champ 1, so a little bit higher MMR, but reasonably the same. Okay, a little bit of just sort of hesitation. Oh, that's a great example of like what we talked about in the first video, where, you know, he is sort of waiting around, but as soon as he realizes he's sort of in no man's land, he turns his car to be facing towards the net, right? So that he's ready for this sort of maybe next touch being a shot. Great example of, you know, something he's doing that you can think about as well. All right, and then we get the touch. Not a great touch, but that's okay. Oh, that's weird. Why did it do that? All right, notice how he landed. That's what I mean about landing with momentum. Or she, sorry. Notice how they landed, boosting now so that they're gaining momentum, landing straight with their momentum, and then you can make the decision of where do you want to turn. They end up going for boost. Up the wall, trying to get power shot. A little bit too much hesitation. Maybe they didn't know if you were coming to get the ball or not. See, I would have slapped it right there towards net, but that's okay. We took possession. And then here, I mean, I think just boost. You're behind them, so if I were Pekla, I would just boost towards the ball. Actually, I'm going to speak as if I was speaking to Pekla. That makes this a lot easier. So I would boost towards the ball here if I were you, or fully rotate. But this little bit of, you know, you're stopping here. I don't know if you're stopping to see if your teammate's coming for the ball. But regardless, if your teammate is coming for the ball, it would be better for you to go forward to be ready for a pass or be rotating back, or at least point your car more towards probably the left side, right? So you can rotate or go for an attack quickly, but kind of stopping at this angle feels a little strange to me. All right. All right, let's see what decision we make here. I like that. And then jump. Yep, good decision. That's fine. Didn't work out. Both of y'all double committed. That's okay. It happens. We get all the boost pads. Rotate near corner, which, I don't think it's fine. I think here you have to trust your teammate to get a touch and just go middle. And if you guys play a lot together, like either trust each other on your touches or don't. But this sort of like guarded position, I think, is going to be a little bit worse in the long run. Like, learn to pass to each other towards the middle and expect those passes instead of the sort of like hesitating. Who's going for it? Should I be waiting for them? Should I not be waiting for them? And then you end up just double committing. So I would put this on Pekla. Like, even if, Pekla, even if, OIH misses here and they score, that's okay. What won't help get better is if you guys, half commit and then double commit to everything, or not everything, but to touches like this. All right, we wait. That's good. And we have that great shot by OIH. Nice. I think that's good. This is all good. That level of pointing your car towards their net in this position is very dangerous. You would have gotten scored on if D-Mux, happened to get a touch. Instead, what I would have done, you were right to think about closing the distance for a pass. But what I would have done is actually just boost towards, like a little bit more to your left, like closer towards center, closer towards the small boosts in the middle, right? You're closing your distance to your teammate getting ready for the pass, but you're also closing your distance to the opponent and the ball if it happens to be, hit the other way. So that feels really dangerous right here. Fortunately, they didn't shoot it. It's okay that you missed. I'm not worried about that. I like that little turn. Okay, yeah, I like the decision. Good. You're pointing your car now towards net, and then you realize you're not going to get it, so you're pointing away from net. But then here it feels a little weird. It feels like you're not reacting to information in the game right now. You're sort of, your mind just goes, oh, it's probably time for boost. Let me turn off ball cam and go flip towards the boost. But you really should know that like your teammate's going for that boost. Like you see him or them right there flip towards the boost. So this just feels like your brain did a habit thing, not a rational decision. So, we went all the way for back boost from having +61 boost right here. So for +39 boost, or roughly 3 small pads, you went all the way back to the corner boost, when you could have easily just gotten 3 pads here. So overall, that's a pretty big mistake there, right? Totally giving them possession, time, everything. One thing, OIH, if you're watching this, that you can sort of watch and learn is how quickly Pekla turns using drift. So that's like one thing I'm seeing from them that's kind of already making them more effective at getting around the field quickly. Weird flip, but sorry, that's a mechanical thing. No worries, no worries. I would be boosting here. Boost. You have 100 boost. You just spent. wait. Let's think about it. I'm really not trying to roast you here, but we spent, you know, how much time? From like 343. Okay, so we spent like, 7 to 9 seconds going to get this boost. And then we have plenty of pads in front of us, and we don't use our boost. We instead flip, which is always going to make it to where you can react less quickly, right, to whatever happens because you've spent time flipping. And we still, okay, now we start boosting, but, you know, if you have boost, use it. Good challenge, great challenge. Immediately go for bump, nice, I like it. And then up the wall. Love it. Notice how he landed with momentum. And that's you might know this, that's not a good turn, right? We talked about it in the last video, but just in case you're just watching this one, you should be rotating to the back corner of net, right? Let me just do this real quick. None and director, whoops, sorry, and fly. So we should be rotating like here and then sliding into either this position or this position. Instead, we flip into this position, maybe realize we need to be towards the back corner and rotate our car to the left when it should be to the right. And so now our back's to the ball. We get into it, and then we continue to play. A little bit of confusion here, that's okay. Good jump. Yeah, I think their OIH, Pekla's kind of expecting you to be at this touch already, probably like, or saw you get hit, and so that's why there's this sort of awkward moment. That's okay. Perfect. Look how he's sort of matching your position on the field, car slightly turned towards ball. We missed a shot, that's okay. Landed with momentum, that's good. We flip, and we get the save, get the boost, up the wall, take the shot. Nice, I like that. What do we do here? I like it. There's no side or corner boost. And I know this is a tough thing because like you're thinking, shoot, where's the ball? There's a lot of information to process here, but you should be able to see here that there's no side boost, no corner boost, back corner boost. So, you know, if you can just sort of hope that they're going to spawn if you know the spawn timings. Otherwise, like flip through the middle, flip, you know, or just go towards your net sort of more directly and pick up the little pads. And maybe you knew this was going to spawn, which in case, you know, good stuff. Nice attempted to pass, I like that. I like that. I still would have picked up those pads. So you were going to, and then you made the decision to move away from them after you missed that demo. Like there's 3 or 4 pads on your way to net. Instead, I think you're hoping to steal the boost from him or hoping he goes for ball. I think I still would have made the decision to go for the small pads, but that's okay. All right. So after that touch, there's no real reason to keep going in this corner, to this corner, unless you think OIH is either going to just miss the ball, leave it for you, or not get that boost. But you're still kind of, you're still following. You're just, I've noticed quite a few times you're just kind of following behind your teammates. You could be picking up pads right now, getting ready for a pass. I think don't follow. Like, there's no reason to just be following. Do we jump here? It's okay. Nice challenge, almost a good shot, and a great pass. Perfect. Love that. Checking to see if corner boost is there. Definitely already telling or seeing that you have a tendency to just like go for big boosts. Boost pads are still great. I like the positioning of your car. That's solid. With how sideways your car is, you can be a little bit closer to this play. The more confident you are in, saving balls that are going over your head. But overall, not bad. You have 100 boost. I would have used a little bit of it to just make a play a little sooner, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. So, oh shoot, sorry. Apologies. I am not used to watching or swapping replays this much. What I was gonna say is, we see here again that habit of just like you're in your head, it feels like you're like, okay, I'm rotating back. That means I go get big boost. You have 58 boost. If you get 3 pads, that puts you nearly full, right? And you can be so much closer to net than going all the way back like this. You could be, instead of here, you could be half the distance to the goal right here. Not bad. Again, just I don't like the full back rotation into the net. Just stop outside the net at far corner or go up the wall, but you rotated the wrong way again here. So here, never mind. I'm wrong. That was fine. It's just tough. It's all good though. Nice demo. Yeah, I think that's fine. Back boost again. What if that's not the right move? What if you need to go straight to net? It's not necessarily the wrong play to go for back boost. I'm just saying that you need to think about it. Close. Would have flipped there, but that's okay. You go for back boost again here. Yeah. Nice little touch first, though. I mean, yeah, I like that decision. Some wild and craziness. I like the turn here because you were a little too far away. I mean, clearly. You're still too far away. Like, I would have started boosting here. Boost before you flip. I like the little hesitation there because you don't know if Simi is gonna touch it or not. But as soon as he doesn't, like, just keep going for this ball instead of turning off here. Nice. Do we go for a shot? Yeah. And just straight up. Yep, we go for the pass. That's where oih turned first up field, which was good, but then back towards the net. So there's not going to be a follow-up here. And then, yeah, we immediately are like, okay, let's go get the side boost away from the play, and then let's see what's happening. So let's try to be more thoughtful about that. Nice. Waiting up the wall. Do we go for a shot here? I like that. Wait on our teammate. This is great positioning. I really like this. Like the distance, you're like, hey, I'm a little too close, so let me put my car a little bit towards net. And then you turn a little bit back, and then you turn a little bit back more to the left because you think you might have a next touch. And then you're ready to defend when that touch. Okay, no. Oh, no. All right. I was being so praising you. It was still really good, but here turn to the right unless you can speed flip and get to that ball before the opponent. Like the speed at which let's watch it real speed just to see it. This is all solid. Yeah, okay. No, we definitely should have turned to the right here, in my mind, but could be wrong. Because now we're on this side of the opponent. We're not in between the opponent and the goal, right? And we didn't win the ball. So we're just like in a worse position. We have to go for a harder touch. I think that's the second time I've seen you left flip when a right flip would have done the correct thing. Which is mechanical fully, but so we want to right flip into that to at least guarantee the touch, right? And then again, I think when they scored, or they didn't score, we got a save, so it would have been here. Let's see here, when you left flipped and missed and then oih got it. No. Was that just a totally different game? Am I just completely wrong? Where was that? Oh, it wouldn't have counted as a save because it was right here. No, that was a right flip. Never mind. Entire point invalidated. Sorry for wasting your time. It's just that was just a mechanical thing. All right. Let me go back to where we were. Let's pass that. It was right here, yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. A little bit of time waste. I think the last 8 seconds were... No, that's fine. I mean... Yeah, I guess that's fine. Honestly, here, I would have trusted that your teammate's going to get that touch maybe. I don't know. Oh, lots of weird turns, but that's okay. Both going for the ball. Not a crazy idea. And then we just miss a little bit. That's okay. I do think... here, I think I would have just kind of rolled it to the other side of the field or light touch. Just get it off of this side of the field. But that could have been your intent, and it was just like sort of a mechanical misstep, which is totally fine. It looked like the ball was coming a little bit faster than you thought it might have. Okay, so overall, I think Pekla, I would say, I mean, the biggest mistake I saw is how much time you wasted going for big boosts, right? And it felt like it was just a habit, not a decision. And then you were following your teammate a lot. So those are honestly the two biggest things I saw in this game. Otherwise, yeah, hopefully this was helpful, and thank you all very much.